So again, basically never want to play for the Sanctum on turn 2, especially against people jamming fucking Star-Lords. Want to play to have points set up in the bigger 4-point Sanctum on the next turn, because now this happens. I can snap it real clean. They even put extra things into their deck, which makes my Cassandra good. I mean, how are they beating 11? There's no way, right? I guess they have 4? Even with 4, I don't think they're beating 11. Get the fuck out of my game. It's for the point stirred. I think this is a punt the Sanctum this turn, play to win the Sanctum next turn angle. What do we think? Because my cast is going to be even bigger once they play into here more. And again, I think this is one of the most important skills in Sanctum Showdown as a game mode, is understanding when you need to give up the Sanctum on a turn in order to play to it on another turn. Their deck has 13 cards in it right now. Cool. What a fucking clinic.
Victory.
I'm so glad they put like just enough of the Guardian stuff back in this game mode for people to want to play them, but not so much that they're overbearing, because I really love diffing Guardians players in Sanctum Showdown. It's actually just my favorite thing. And again, not playing for the Sanctum on turn 2, because I want to play for wherever it's going to be worth 4 on turn 3. They're beating 7 in the center? That's scary. I think I need to get my points early, though, because Kunlun and Sam is definitely problematic for us. They could have Cassandra Nova here, I suppose. They could have, like, 1-drop plus Star-Lord. That does not do it because Quantum Realm. Thanks, bud. Appreciate you. I think this is a punt the Sanctum, play for next turn angle. And honestly, I think this is a I don't play here because I don't want them to hit with what's it called? And they're gonna put the shield here. If they're playing Groot, they're playing more Guardians than just Groot. Yep. This might be overcommitting center, but especially with them snapping back. It could be right to like flames the center instead of flamesing the right. Yeah, they need a tech card to compete center. Alright. They got it. Man, and because I snapped him back, I think they're gonna get us. I guess I have a lot of points here. This is 6, 9, 11. And once they snap, I have to step back. This flames plus bast more. I have priority, gamers. I'm not gonna hit, flames isn't gonna hit anything. I guess they could move the shield there. The shield may not move. The shield's +1 if it moves. Oh, Marvel Boy helps us with bats. Got it. That's true. Cool. Got it anyways. Yes. And this really goes back to, you know, I think the first few times Sanctum came through, they didn't iterate the ban list enough, but it really feels like these last couple of times they're starting to get into a really good spot. Because, like, these types of decks that are, like, hyper-focused on playing Sanctum optimal cards feel reasonable, but they haven't felt overbearing when I'm playing against them. They're like, they play competitive games, and you gotta really think through, but there's meaningful counterplay, and they probably clear people who are just slamming their buttons. Like we skill diff their Guardians with good reads several times that game. And a worse opponent probably doesn't do that and probably loses there. I want not only to contest the Sanctum on a future turn, but get this trigger down. We got a lot of great hits for it in my deck. Alright, dodge a Luna Snow. We can dodge a ball. Oh, that's so obnoxious. I don't think I'm winning here, so I'm gonna play from left side. I think the opponent's deck has the highest amount of draw variance this game mode offers, which is to say, when it has this card on turn 2, it's fucking insane, and when it doesn't, man, is it mediocre. Unfortunately, I lost the 50-50 on the Sanctum here, so I'm snapping because it's optimal to snap in this instance. There's no way we're winning this. We're just giving our opponent an extra thing if they understand they need to press the button. If the Sanctum had landed here, we would have had a shot. Not a guarantee, but a shot. I think that's another thing that makes me enjoy this game mode a lot more than regular Snap. In regular Snap, there's a lot of tech card 50-50s at the very end of the game, whereas the coin flips in this game mode tend to be very front-loaded. You like see the Sanctum flip happen, and then you get to make your decisions, as opposed to you making your decision and then the coin flipping. The variance being input random as opposed to output random feels very good. Yeah, this game mode encourages you to play to a lot of smaller victories too, maximizing how many charms you can get even if you're really behind. And there's not a penalty for staying in, which is great. The games always play out to a conclusion as opposed to someone leaving early. I think that game was the first shutout we've experienced this game mode this afternoon. And not surprised that it involved Chamber into Luna Snow. Like I said, that opponent's deck is markedly better when it curves like that. Them positioning Chamber so it's guaranteed to not be contesting the Sanctum this turn, though, is really good for us. Oh, I should have snapped this turn, because they're gonna play a 3-drop, and then I always come here. We'll see if that 1 point bites me in the ass, but that's definitely a mistake. Not expecting to win the Sanctum this turn, so not snapping is correct. If I do this, my Athena guaranteed stays left, which means I can snap area. It's unfortunate that the Ice Cube... It's unfortunate the Ice Cube ate the -2 over here. All right, if the Sanctum lands back over here next turn, we have a real shot. So opponent had, again, what I described as that best start for their deck, Chamber into Luna Snow, and we're down to a coin flip to be able to take and win the game. Obviously losing. Obviously losing a single this turn. This is the worst game mode ever. It's impossible to be winning here. Well, we just spent an hour doing nothing but winning for the entire hour straight, so perhaps if you're struggling, you might consider getting good. Also, like, those types of comments are so funny to me because, like, nobody can win at this game mode. Clearly, all of your opponents are winning at this game mode. If you are not, so. We're probably, the Sanctum landed where we wanted here. We're probably still cooked. I'm gonna snap because the game is over one way or another here either way, but they probably have one more fat thing. DM so close. GG opponent. I'm gonna be hyper conceited and egotistical and say this, but I actually think Sanctum Showdown is probably the most skill-intensive game mode Marble Snap has, because you can't just cheese your way to fucking victory with a tech card or a coin flip on turn 6. There's less bail you out catch-up style mechanics than there are in regular Marble Snap. You have to play well and recognize your position over the course of the entire game, as opposed to just juking people at the end of it. And that's not to say that there's no variance. Like, you'll hear me talk about how we need the flip to break this way, we need the Sanctum to go here, etc. Like, there's variance that you play to. It's still a card game at its core. But I think there is far more opportunity for a good player to leverage their skill in Sanctum Showdown than there is in regular Snap. And that's subjective. Feel free to disagree. But anecdotally, there's way more fucking complaints in this game mode about people being like, ugh, can't win, game sucks, than any others I've played. Any of the other ones that exist. This is a killer start for us, holy. We get to snap the Hydra Bob out of here. Bob always jumps before Sanctum is calculated, so when he starts the turn in the Sanctum, that's a downside for the opponent. I can snap Bob out of the center. But I don't know that I love committing both of my scaling threats to that same spot is what I'm pausing here to think about. So I can get to 12 in the center while snapping Bob out of it. Is getting to 9 in the center while snapping Bob out of it good enough? Probably, yeah. Them getting Clay instead of Cape. Is that a Kitty Pride? Not Kitty Pride's definitely a high roll there for them. The Sanctum continuing to chase their Bob around for us is a high roll for us, though. That's definitely what we're looking for. Do we think they're a tech card gamer? They're probably a tech card gamer, right? So I should do this. If I do this and snap the Bob out. Oh, the Cosmo Ghost Center. I think it's this that I just don't snap because I'm winning. I'm winning with 4 points. Oh, snapping pulls the Bob out. Oh, that's fine. We still win this. No, the Marvel Boy means we lose. Shit. Remember when I said this game mode was skill-based, chat? This is an example of me fucking up. And now they can try and snap the Bob into the Sanctum. Yeah. Really, honestly, good showcase for what I was talking about there. Is realizing all the mechanics of what was going on would have helped me immensely. It's so tough. If you've ever been at home and wondered what it's like to be a Twitch streamer, being a Twitch streamer is saying the words, "Oh, I missed that and made a mistake," and then having 3 people ask you why you didn't take the line after you say those words. Thankfully, the power level of our deck carried us through here. Victory. Definitely a mistake on our part. No basic arrow right for the next turn. Thena needs exactly 2 cards played to trigger her. I've been having a lot of fun, Pepperians. This core is very reasonable. Opponent hasn't done anything, so I assume this is probably the other side of Chamber Ramp, where they do a whole lot of nothing and then die. Their archetype is just so night and day different when they have their namesake versus not. Yep, this is opponent doing here what we've talked about good players do in this game mode. They're understanding that, like, they need to give up the Sanctum in the short term so they can play for it in the future, and now they're well set up for the Sanctum this turn. So very heads up, good play from our opponent here. And I'm just gonna happily collect our 2 points in the other 2, and we're just gonna be punting the left side. dodge a Shadow King, we can dodge a ball, but that might be easier said than done. I believe the opponent's archetype usually plays that card. They didn't stab me back though, so, you know, maybe we got a shot. All right, and now because of my early snaps, I only need to win a single point to win the game. This is the opponent snapping me just because it's optimal for them to snap me. They're losing. If they lose the Sanctum, they lose the game either way, so I might as well make sure whoever gets it gets the most Sanctum points out of it.
Victory.
And I'm curious to see where Sanctum ends up at stats-wise this time around. It really feels like they're getting close to an ideal position for the ban list here. Let's take a brief pause for the cause. Let some adverts roll. When we get back, we're absolutely going to rock some more Spice Rack here in Sanctum Showdown. Thanks everybody for hanging out today. Don't go anywhere, gamers. OTA coming up in a little bit. If you're watching on the YouTube side, you enjoy Sanctum Showdown and or Base Best Rack, and all of those playing lots of different things here in Marvel Snap. Be sure to tap the like button on whatever video you're currently watching. Appreciate the folks that have done that already today. You can cut the spice, Jeff. It's just the best rack. No, that's true. There's no sage. Accurate. You call it BSR for white people. You took the spice out. Oh man, it's funny because it's sad. Clay being a 1-3 has been real solid this game mode. Her flames letting you add stats without taking up a slot on board is clean. Get to undo that Celine. Sounds lovely. This isn't really helping us contest the Sanctum next turn, so I'm just gonna go ahead and play it out over here and grab a point this turn, I think. No goblins are banned, so... I think I'm gonna elect to be toxic. I can't snap because we're probably not winning the Sanctum, but turning off Carmartage is probably deeply beneficial for us in the long term. I guess if we got Clea online, it could be useful, but disabling their surge is great. Oh my goodness, we turned off their shield. Well, they ate that. Ain't that lovely? I'm not confident enough that this is winning here. So we're not snapping. Well, they're also a Cosmo deck. I feel less bad now. Again, feel like this game is close enough that I can't snap this, but I think we're ahead. Do I Havoc here to play for the future? Maybe I Havoc right to play for the future. So I just don't know how much future there's gonna be. Wow, yeah, them not playing for the center here is incredible for us. Although Maverick's potentially problematic. By potentially, I mean he's very deeply problematic for us. I'm getting 9 on the left, up to 17, and Maverick's giving plus 10, so. Am I winning the right? I probably want to position myself to be winning the right, yeah? Is that every Dem strategist ever? So this is... Oh no, this is only 5 actually. So once this cranks to 7, it's gonna take the Monster Metropolis bonus. Oh no, because Jack Flag, wait, weird. I think I take the Monster Metropolis bonus here. So this would be 10. I think I'm winning the right without this here. It has Agony. Yeah, it has Agony, but Jack Flag triggers after Monster Metropolis, so I think they lose the 3 here. And we get it. I think we're losing the left. They're snapping because I think they've got us to the left. But I believe Havoc means we're winning the right. Cool, okay. I can't win the left. Whoever wins it this turn wins it, so we might as well snap. Optimal to snap. Cool, got him. No OTA. And again, for people who aren't super plugged into Marvel Snap stuff, OTAs typically drop sometime between 4 and 6 p.m. Central, which is about 90 minutes from now at the absolute earliest they typically deploy. It's interesting to see how much churn there is, because every 2 weeks, like clockwork, there's always people that are like, It starts, honestly, as early as like 4 hours before the OTA typically drops. So people are like, why isn't the OTA here yet? Is it late? Is there something wrong? Chat, OTA stands for on Thursday afternoon, okay? My Clea dodging Aegis drill like a fucking ninja here. Deeply unfortunate. 9 power Cassandra Nova wins this every time, yes. Yeah, unless they're about to slam Miles, moving the Nightcrawler there is very aggressive for 1 Sanctum point. Alright, chat, so much like the United States, I fear we've lost the right. Winning the left though. If these bounce back and forth between Aegis Drill and the hub, we got a real good shot here. In fact, they're only at 2 points, so like we could probably have it go to Badger Core next turn and then still be in a good spot. Is that a hub Shaw? Oh my god, it is a hub Shaw. I missed that. Oh, and then it landed center. Thanks, bud. How do I possibly lose this game if I Cosmo? It just can't, right? Can't lose has been declared. Again, I think the #1 mistake inexperienced players make in this game mode is playing for the Sanctum on turn 2. And we saw our opponent do that this game by moving the Nightcrawler, and I think it's just like the biggest possible punt you can make. That one point on turn 2 is worth so much less than setting yourself up to contest the Sanctum and snap it because you're in a good position to do so and get those 4, 5, 6 points on turn 3. That's the number. And that's, again, just like the huge thing about this game mode is regular Marvel Snap asks you to evaluate your position at the end of the game and understand it. Sanctum is incredibly skill intensive because you need to evaluate your position across all the lanes every single turn while also thinking a turn ahead. So this Bast play here is technically not ideal from a pure theory perspective because now he's not going to be in the Sanctum location for turn 3, but ideally long term he's worth more here, so I'm putting him there. So it's one of those examples of like understand the heuristic, but also understand when you're supposed to buck the heuristic. So this is a Bishop center turn. I don't know that I want to snap it because I feel like there's a chance they could take it. Maybe that's too conservative. Bast is a she. Apologies. Punting the Sanctum this turn, believe it or not. Got a cast now, or she's really small. We're just not gonna play her. Really love this play from the opponent. Strong talk. We've been pointing out what our opponents have been playing kind of inoptimally, so I really want to make a point to point out when they are playing well, and that is a really heads up understanding when they're supposed to be playing for the next turn because they're in a good spot this turn. We're good here. Yeah, we win by 1. Nice, cool. All right, and then again, you know, I talked about how there's that variance element to it. Sometimes you got to get a little bit lucky. You know, this is a game where I really needed the Sanctum to go left this turn. So we are in a good spot because we won the flip on where the Sanctum is. And I think, yeah, we're gonna snap to move Bob. I'm just figuring out where I'm playing my cards. I think we actually put Agent Venom here, and I don't play Kitty Pride out because I want all 3 of my Marvel Boy triggers to go here. Because if I win the location this turn, I win the game. We're pushing Bob out, and then I want to make sure the most points end up here. Opponent could be a Stegron deck, so Kitty Center has some merit for that. That's a good point. I don't hate that. Yeah, I buy that. I buy that for $1. And this snapback doesn't mean anything, so it's optional for them to snap back. I'm giving up 1 opportunity point here to play around Stegron. I guess I could drop Cassandra Nova Center since the game's decided this turn either way. Maybe we just do that. Yeah, that maxes. But one of those really weird, let's play a 0 power Cassandra Nova middle here.
Hey man, I'm cool.
Eagle Zuck! Thank you for the over 2.5 years of support. I appreciate that. Welcome back.
Victory!
I apologize for lying to everyone when we started this deck. I said we were going to be moving to a bad deck so we could lose some of these scrolls. And we have once again just been winning. The Raft here going to be another one of those potential, okay, it might make sense to play for the Sanctum on 2 because we want to fill that up and get the Raft card. I guess I'm pretty far off of being able to do that though. Man, so close. There's no way the ongoing deck puts more than 8 points here, right? Just like 0%. Okay.
Victory!
You can't trick me, Jeff. This is a limited time game mode. The app isn't installed anymore. I'm not getting my hopes up that fast Spice Rack was good. Marty, what if I told you that because Marvel Snap keeps old cards so relevant, you could just like only play the limited time game modes and not worry about it in the middle, and just like play your deck when it's good and just like ignore it otherwise? I know it's tough because like these games are so manipulative, but like that's the real life hack, is being able to like ignore all the parts that you don't derive joy from, and then just like only do the ones that are fun for you. Okay, and again, this is gonna be This is going to be one of those moments where, like, we're playing for this on turn 2 because I really want to get this triggered on here and I want to play this turn 2, but it's giving up the Sanctum going into turn 3. So, like, again, understand the rule, but also, like, understand when it makes sense to buck the rule. Is Destroy a decent choice for this game? But I actually had a Destroy deck as one of my favorites for this game mode. You check the best decks roundup that's pinned above the chat. Holy Vidya gamers. Okay. Stay with me now, but cooking or baked? But wait, hold on, wait. Do I not put the Havoc here? Maybe I put, like, the Havoc here. Because this is 8 points over here, right? No. We're just gonna like fan out and play to the board. And then next turn I have an 8 power Cassandra Nova. Another reason why Destroy is really good, really reasonable in this game mode. I'm not gonna say really good. It's never top of the pack stats, but it's really reasonable. Is because Killmonger is really good in this game mode. Like incredibly so. Is the opponent a Star-Lord deck? I don't know. That's a great draw, especially if we find Theta. Turn 3 Shocker could indicate that. My gut says I'll be surprised if Star-Lord is good in this game mode. That was a pretty good can't play high hit. All right, and now I just need the Sanctum to go right so we can win the game. What an easy game for dumb little babies, chat. Marvel Snap. I think I just Cosmo here, right? Like, I think, like, 13 protected by a Cosmo is just, like, unbeatable. Man, hope they nerf that fucking card today. I don't know how you ever beat it.
Victory.
Sarcasm aside, I would be surprised if Star-Lord is good in this game mode. Skipping your energy in the tempo-focused game mode is really bad. Really exceptionally bad. Mother of God. All right, are we feeling lucky, Punk? Do we bast before or after the Kate arrows? I'm gonna say after. No way we get an acid arrow, right? Not a chance. Lucky. Marvel Snaps a skill-based game. Doo-da. Marvel Snaps a skill-based game. Holy. Am I bishoping? I think I'm not bishoping. Is this crazy? Call me, maybe? definitely doing that. Where am I putting my arrows in my lock cube? I'm inclined to snap and just like go in on the left. Yeah, Kitty and Marble Boy are definitely our best shows. Havoc gives us a way to start scaling points over here, which is nice. We're winning the center every time here, right? They can only play 5 drops this turn. And then if the Sanctum goes back to the right, we're in a really good spot. And if it goes to the left, we're like not in a terrible spot, but also amazing. Okay, okay. That's troubling. Yeah, we could be dead here. I mean, I think it's just basic Agent Venom, hope for the best, yeah? Actually, honestly, I play the Cosmo too, right? I think I just play it all to get the most points on Bishop. Do I Cosmo here just in case? Probably. Play around like Cosmic Ghost Rider or something. Wait, what? Uh-oh. Are we good? I think we're good, yeah? Snap back to it. We were already with.
Victory.
I can't tell you how many times I've been duped into thinking I had priority because I wasn't looking at the point totals. Yeah, also keep in mind whoever currently has priority has their name highlighted in gold at the top as well. All right, how did this one felt really clean. I don't think I've played Leia in this core before, and her being a 1/3 is a really big deal in this game mode, it feels like. Feels very, very serviceable. We went yeah, I mean, you know, we've been the person who commented earlier, you just can't win in this game mode, nothing works. You're really just kind of telling on yourself. And we've run a little bit good, but even running a little bit bad, like, you know, this is pretty incredible start to the first couple of hours for us. If you didn't see the movement games earlier, man, they were a clinic. They'll be the highlight tonight on the YouTube channel. Absolutely. Yeah, the skill expression is just so high in this game mode. And that's not to say you can, like, play a terrible deck. Like, your deck needs to be functional, but, like, if your deck is remotely functional... Yeah, I mean, that's true. My opponents are 3 and 18 if we're 18 and 3. That is just how the math works out.